Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my foundation routine. This is a highly requested video, and so I'm just going to start off by saying I did already moisturize and wash my face, and then we're just going to get right into the video. So here we go. So I'm going to start off with the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. So I'm just going to use a couple pumps of that and get it all over my face. Now you don't have to use a primer if you don't want to. Majority of the time I do like to. Okay, on to the next step. So today I'm going to use Clinique, the Beyond Perfecting foundation. It is one of my favorites. This one is in the number 1 linen. The only problem that I find with this foundation is that they almost don't make it light enough for my skin. So today I'm just going to mix it with a different foundation. So this foundation does have a doe foot applicator, which I really like. So I'm just going to... Doesn't have to be anything fancy, we just want to get it on there. And then the foundation that I'm going to mix it with is the Mary Kay Time Wise foundation. It is in the number Ivory 1. So it is a very pale foundation. And I don't like to use the Mary Kay foundation on its own. I find that it's almost very drying for my skin, so if I ever do use it, I like to mix it. Now you can apply your foundation with your fingers, or you can apply it with a brush. Really depends on what you like. I'm using the Morphe brush. It's a very thin, flat, it's almost like a concealer brush. Okay, so now I'm going to buff my foundation into my face using the Sephora 70 brush. So it's kind of like a flat top kabuki brush. It is one of my favorite for foundations. For my foundation, I do like to blend it down my neck as well, because I do not want a harsh line showing when I'm wearing foundation here. Now sometimes I like to get my ears as well, only because mine can appear quite red, so I just kind of like to tone that down a little bit. Okie dokie. So now that our foundation is blended, I don't like to leave it for too long. I try and do my concealer pretty quick because of my fine lines that I have on my forehead. If I wait too long, sometimes it will settle in there quicker, and I like to prevent that. Having done the primer though, that does prevent it from happening quicker. So so today I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape as my concealer. I have never used it before. It's in the shade Fair, and we're gonna see how I like it. So this does have a doe foot applicator as well. It's quite big, so that's awesome. And you can apply your concealer any way that you like. This is just how I like to apply in the areas that I like more coverage on. I do have to say that it applies very nicely. It's not super watery, and I feel like I'm gonna like it. It is a very popular concealer, so that would make sense. So to blend out my concealer, I'm going to be using the Morphe Beauty Blender. It is damp, and I squeezed out the excess water just into a towel. You can do it into a paper towel. I like to do mine with super cold water because I like the feeling on my face. It's a very refreshing feeling. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to blend that out. For using your beauty blender, you want to make sure you do a pressing motion as opposed to a swiping motion, because by pressing it, you're going to press it into your skin, and with swiping, you're going to leave swipe lines. You're going to leave, and you're going to drag it around your face. So you just want to press it in. Okay, so now that our foundation and concealer are both done, we're going to go in and set what we just did. So today I'm going to use the e.l.f. translucent powder. It's in Soft Luminance. I really like this powder. It's very soft and easy to apply. So I'm just going to be using the Sephora number 91 brush. So it's one of my favorite powder brushes. It's just so big and fluffy. So I like to start with my forehead when I'm setting because, like I said, if I don't do it, it's just going to settle into the fine lines, and I just really don't like that. So. Now, as I mentioned before in a previous video, I do like to set my entire face. I know some people don't. I just find that by setting my entire face, it doesn't leave anywhere tacky, and if I do leave it tacky, it tends to really irritate my skin, and then it causes an eczema flare-up. So this is a way that I keep my eczema at bay. So I like a very, very matte face and a very matte finish with no tackiness. Now I just like to test for tackiness, so I'm just going to put the back of my hands on my face, and if there's no stickiness, tackiness, then we're good to go. So my next step, I always use this product. It is one of my favorites, and by watching my videos, you're going to find that out. The Studio MAC, or the Studio Fix by MAC. So this is an NW10. I do have some NC10s on the way because my skin is more cool tone than warm tone, but this is what I have right now, so that's what we're going to use. Now I find that sometimes using loose powder, I don't get the coverage and the finish that I want. So what we're going to do is go in with the little sponge applicator, and I have hit pan on this one, as you can see. I go through them very, very quickly. So I'm just going to get the product on my sponge here, and we're going to start with my eyes. Now this product, I tend to only use it in like my T-zone area. I don't use it all over my face, as I did set the rest with the translucent powder. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this on my T-zone. I I like to really get into the creases around my nose to set it, because if I don't, the product tends to move or it rubs away and I get really red. And I also like to do this on my nose, because my nose, it's kind of frustrating. My nose has almost like different skin on it. It's like I said in a previous video, I don't know if it's from being sunburnt. I have no idea. But it doesn't have the foundation stick to it as well as the rest of my face. So this is a technique that I use to basically get it to work for me. So we're just going to pop this on my nose. And that's it. That's my foundation routine. I am going to save contouring and highlighting for a different video. I will do some cream contour. I will do some powder contour. So I'm going to save that. But this is my foundation routine. It has been for years now, and I haven't found any other ways or techniques that have worked better for me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish the rest of my face, and I will see you in a minute. Hey everyone, so I went in and I finished the rest of my face. I did lashes, etc. So I hope you enjoyed my foundation routine. I hope that you might be able to find some of my tips and tricks a little helpful for you. It might work for you. If it doesn't, keep trying, keep practicing. You will find something that will work for you, and it'll change over time like mine has. So if you did like this video, please like, subscribe, drop a comment, tell me what you guys want to see, and thank you for watching my video today. Okay, have a good one, guys. See you later.